Let's get straight into it and meet our very first organisation. It's called the RAISE Foundation. It provides mentoring programs for young, vulnerable Australians. And to tell us more, founder and CEO Vicky Condon and BUMP graduate, and you'll hear about BUMP graduate in a minute, Tess Cave. Please welcome.
Okay, so I wanted to start by saying thank you very much to the Funding Network for inviting us into their family. It makes a very big difference for an organisation like RAISE. Did you know that Australia has the 4th highest rate of teenage pregnancy in the Western world? So what we know about young mums is that they are less likely to finish their education. They're less likely to find full-time paid work, and they're less likely to have a strong social network. We also know about young mums that they are more likely to experience domestic violence and poverty and homelessness and eating disorders and self-harm. So, starting on the gloomy note, I wanted to talk to you about a positive note, and the solution that we've found for some of those social issues is our BUMP program. BUMP is all about bringing experienced women, experienced mums, and we don't call them old mums, we call them experienced mums, bringing them together with young mums as mentors. And there's 2 facets to the BUMP program. So the first facet is all about weekly mentoring, and the second facet is all about monthly workshops. So all the girls and all of their mentors get together once a month for a workshop. And the idea for that workshop is to address all of those social issues that we were talking about before. So we work on healthy relationships. We help them with finding education options. We look at healthy eating, goal setting. What are your dreams and goals and aspirations as a woman, not just as a mum? We help them to think about, okay, what skills do you actually have and what would you like to do if you went back to education? We do role plays, resumes and job skills, and we're really helping to engage those young girls back into education is the key, and that's a real game changer for young mums. What we try and teach the girls, and we're really bringing a village, so it raises about the idea that it takes a village to raise a child, and the BUMP program is all about teaching the girls that their destination can be just the same as any other woman. It's just that their journey is going to be a little bit different. So to talk to you about their journey as a young mum, we have Tess, who is a BUMP graduate, and she's here to tell you a little bit about her story of what it was actually like being a young mum.
Hello. Hello?
Yep.
I had my son when I was 17 years old, and I suffered from postnatal depression. I was living at home with my parents, and my mum took 3 months off work when I had my son, but had to go back to work. And I'd been to play groups and mums groups, but I never seemed to really fit in. Like, they were all friends from before they had their kids, so they were talking about dinner parties and what their husbands were doing for work, and I was single, I was young, I didn't really have that kind of connection with them. So I was very isolated. Like, that first 3 months, I didn't really have any friends from school because they were all studying. So finding the BUMP program and finding other young mums the same age as me and not being judged for being 17 and having a child was really amazing for me. I remember going to a workshop at BUMP, and they had a careers day, and it was Vicky asked me to write a resume, and I was like, write a resume? I haven't finished, I've just done my year 10. That's all the skills I've got. She's like, well, no, what other skills do you have? Think about it, really. So I wrote down some skills, and Vicky said, oh, what would you like to do for a job? And my son was 9 months old, so I kind of thought, well, what do you mean, what do I want to do for a job? I'm a mum, I have to be at home with my son, like, I can't leave him. And Vicky was like, no, think about what you want to study. So I decided that I might want to do nursing. So Vicky grabbed a pamphlet, and when my son turned 1, I started TAFE and did my aged care course and finished that when he was 2. So yeah, I got back into studying because BUMP gave me the confidence to kind of say it's okay for you to forward your life. It's okay for you to have an education. It's okay for you to have a life. And you have to look after yourself as a mum to be there for your kid. If you're not okay, then your child's not going to have the best life they can have. So, yeah.
Fantastic.
Take that in, that's for you. So you can see that Tess smashes all the stereotypes of a young mum that you might hear about or see in the media. She's very courageous and brave, and lots of our, thanks Tom, lots of our girls experience this. So for us here tonight, it feels like Christmas Eve. We feel like we're sitting in Santa's cave and we're about to ask Santa for a really big gift. And for us to receive $10,000 from this room would make a huge difference in an organisation like Raise. So for $10,000, 26 young mums can graduate from the BUMP program with a TAFE accreditation. It's a Certificate 1 in Access to Work and Training, and that's the game changer for these young girls. It's not only a game changer for them, it's a game changer for their children. So you would be helping lots of Australian young people. It's 2 generations that you're affecting. For $15,000, that's 40 girls. For every $381 more, that's 1 more girl that can graduate from BUMP with their TAFE certification and be re-engaged with education. And you know, we would love to welcome you to our village. Raise is a village. It takes a village to raise 2 lots of children. So we'd love to have you join us. We need help in terms of time, treasure and talent. So we'd love to talk to you afterwards if that's okay. I'm sure Tom's going to ring that bell any second. Yay!
Well done.
Thank goodness, well done. You did good.
Well done.